guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Heather Salter-Purves. I'm a queer fantasy author and I have this channel here where I document my reading and writing journey. Today I'm announcing Authortubeathon. So the idea is that in the month of August I am going to be trying to read predominantly AuthorTuber books. I have put together a nifty little bingo board here of the 9 prompts I have created, so I would love for you to join in. And there is also ping pongathon I am taking part in by Crystal from Bomb Book Reviews, and Jess at the Hex Library is releasing the prompts for Summer Scare-a-thon. So let's just hope that the books I want to read line up with those prompts. But without further ado, I have Tell Me a Story, which is a listen to a audiobook, and for that I am going to be listening to The Saviour's Sister by Jenna Moreci. It is book 2 in a dark fantasy romance series where we're going to follow the saviour of Moreci. So she's the magical queen and over her realm, and she's worshipped by everyone. There was the Sovereign's Tournament, which was in book 1, which is a century-long tradition held in their kingdom, and the saviour's husband is the winner of that tournament. But there is plans from the queen's father to overthrow her reign. She has to she fell in love with a different competitor in the tournament than her father intended. So basically her sisters are going to band together to help her out. So that is one of the audiobooks I'm listening to. I've got You're Not Alone. So this features a mental illness representation. Delicious Monsters by Lascelles Sambry, who is a BIPOC author, and she's been traditionally published. She's Canadian. And it goes, Daisy sees dead people, something impossible to forget in a bustling ghost-packed Toronto. She usually manages to deal with her unwanted ability, but she's completely unprepared to be dumped by her boyfriend. So when her mother inherits a secluded mansion in Northern Ontario, where she spent her childhood summers, Daisy jumps at the chance to escape, but the house is nothing like Daisy expected. She begins to realise that her experience with the supernatural might be no match for her mother's secrets, nor what lurks within the walls. A decade later, Brittany is desperate to get out from underneath the thumb of her abusive mother, and best-selling author claims to stay at the Miracle Mansion allowed her to see the errors of her ways. So we're haunted, and Daisy So Daisy is going to investigate Daisy's life. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. We then have Special Abilities. So this is books that are written by or pertain disabled main characters. And for that I'm going to then move on to Lindsay Puckett's backlist. She has 2 middle grade novels that are horror. So we've got The Odds, and we're going to follow a young girl called Begonia. She's felt completely odd her entire life. She's the only child that resides in a nursing home, so she has lots of grandparents, 53 of them to be specific. They all and suffers from a debilitating chronic pain, but she doesn't have her oddity yet. So her magical quirk, so she's going to find that, but worst of all, if she doesn't arrive by her 11th birthday, she'll be exiled, losing her only home. So we're going to hopefully have a found family magical middle grade in The Odds. We also have The Glass Witch, which is Lindsay Puckett's debut, and we're following 12-year-old Adelaide Good. She's never been good enough. She's disappointed she's the weakest, while she was weakest witch born in 3 centuries, with absolutely no chance of her town winning the Cranberry Hollow Halloween pageant. But winning brings glory, and glory means proving that she's worth her family's name. But she awakes a 600-year-old witch hunter from its grave. So I'm just really looking forward to going through that. So they are the special abilities. So we're all human. So we're also looking for a author, a BIPOC author. So I could also put Lascelles Sambry here. because there is I feel free to double up on the prompts as well. And then we have LBGT, so love is love. So we've got main characters, or the author is, and I will be picking up Ella Wild's book 2 in the Equestrian Fables, and this follows the aftermath of Silverhorn. In the second installment of the Fabled Equine series, Stegen, Prince of the Pegasi, must engage in a desperate race to save his mate and his newborn child. Joined by his brother, friends, and some unlikely allies, Stig navigates a series of obstacles to enter the realm where time and reality are twisted beyond belief. Hardened by the cruelty and the harsh environment she lives in, Asha becomes a pawn in a vicious power struggle between the rival queens, seeking to enhance her extraordinary abilities through heart-pounding action and sacrifice. The bonds of love, loyalty, and friendship are going to be tested as Styx battles not only the hellish monsters, but also the power prejudice divide of Pegasi and unicorns. With the portal between the realms becoming a battleground, Styx must risk everything to protect his loved ones and prevent the rise of the dark goddess, whose ambitions could consume all. Dipping Your Toe, so it's the first book in a series, and I will be picking up the bind-up of Brittany Wang's On Wings of Ash and Dust. So this was originally released as a serial, as we're following a rebel pixie princess, a deadly competition between 5 fairy clans. Will she win the crown? So we're following Pixie Pirate Quinn, maybe an outlaw, but all 5 fairy clans, but she prefers it that way. All she wants is finally become a pirate captain and bury her true identity between the rolling waves. But when the sudden death of her twin brother causes her plot of vengeful heist, a shocking betrayal unmasks her for who she truly is, her people's last living heir. The only hope to escape certain death for her crimes is taking her brother's place in a dangerous competition for the fairy crown. In a series of death-defying trials, Quinn faces off with the heirs of the 4 rivals. So we've got a mute beast tamer, a flirtatious merman, a half-blind artist, and a pompous princess. As dark secrets reveal and the ancient prophecy entwines their fates, rivals must become allies before the world there's no world left to rule. So it's the first action-packed book, and so really looking forward to diving into that one. We also have A Leap of Faith, so it's the author's debut. So I have The Odds, I have On Wings of Ash and Dust to go, and then A Good Neighbour. So an author tuber is a book that lives in your state or region, and I will be picking up Ash, Wood and Brimstone on ebook by E.A. Livy, who also lives in Western Australia, and this is the first book. It is also their debut. So Princess Olivia endures much as she ascends to the throne, and then now occult abomination threatens to bring down her entire world of high elves, or among all. The kingdom is the homeland of the high elves, highly blessed and healing magic. The widowed queen has kept a tight leash on her only daughter and heir. Now she's forced to realize Aveline is her only hope. With no experience in the world outside her castle, she enlists the help of a well-travelled dark elf prince to widen her horizons. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I also do have S.D. Houston's A Curse of Scales and Feathers. So it is a first book in a Brides of the Dragon Kings. So I can slot it in to the first book in a series, as we follow Ari's unique hair and skin color bring an unrelenting grief, scheming to flee her cruel mother. 17-year-old awakes a vicious beating of her betrayed beloved sister, enslaved over accusations of theft. The Dragon King has his truly hidden from the world, a curse to wed those who are not his choosing. So really interested. It is also a beautiful cover. And then just a few others that are on my list is the Marionettes by Katie Wismar, and this is a vampire paranormal witch book. It's the first book in her 4-book a spicy paranormal series as we follow Valerie, and Valerie Domer's entire life has been building up to this moment. Her initiation into the Marionettes is a prestigious league of witches sworn to serve the vampires as one last remaining blood witch. Her spot is almost guaranteed, or at least she thought. The academy is full of sabotage and secrets. As the tasks begin, Valerie quickly realizes she has more of her spot on the line. Survival is uncertain. The closer she gets to the final trial, the more she learns everything and everyone around her is not quite what it seems. And we also have a debut that is coming out in October by Willis Kenny, and it is a dark and secret magic. I have the arc for it, and this is a warm spellbinding tale about a witch and the secrets of her coven being kept from her, with echoes of classic Hayes and Persephone's story, a tradition of practical magic and Which of the Wild Things. So Hector Goodwin, Kate to her friends, is a hedge witch. So I'm really looking forward to diving into that. And I also have a young adult mystery thriller by Alexa Dunn. This is the second time I've read Alexa. Will be reading, and this is Pretty Dead Queens, and it is the homecoming queen dies, and she's not the first. The thriller of a decades-old mystery and copycat killings. So really looking forward to diving into those. Let me know which things would be on your list. I also do have a few other things for Ping Pongathon and Summer Scare-a-thon. Hopefully I can put some of these in there and dive in. Let me know if you would like to take part. I will leave all the information down below. Thank you, and let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. Thank you, and bye-bye.